days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you, right at you. You give me something to believe in, just what I needed. You're the closest.
Come with receipts, as Stephanie Grisham did. She born in Colorado. Her parents divorced. Mom remarried. She came from a farming family, much like Anna Navarro, except that was a wealthy family. This one wasn't. She was a lifelong Democrat. She was a spokesperson for AAA Arizona in 2007. But she was fired after being accused of falsifying expense reports. She was fired from the subsequent job at an ad agency over plagiarizing. So they're going to demonize her, but maybe that made her the perfect person to work for Trump. And then her conscience got the best of her. She worked with Mitt Romney as well in his 2012 campaign. She worked as press coordinator for Pope Francis's visit to Philadelphia as an independent contractor. And she began working as a press aide for Donald Trump in 2016. She helped arrange his campaign stops in Phoenix and around the state and throughout the region. She was on a state payroll when she took an unpaid leave from the Arizona House of Representatives to work on Trump's campaign. So she's not light for her to get up there. So this woman named Laura Loomer, who is a professional troll, horrible, despicable human being, she tweeted, Stephanie Grisham really hit the wall. Another traitor who got rich off Donald Trump and then turned on him on January 6th. I guess she started eating uncontrollably ever since she quit Trump. She must have gained about 75 pounds since she resigned. Now she's voting for Kamala Harris. That's what happens when you hit the wall. Laura Loomer, the fact that are you an American? I don't think she's an American. Is Laura Loomer? I feel like she's British or something. I feel like she's one of them like Piers Morgan type coming over here, trolling folk, far right political activist personality, born and raised in Arizona. Okay, so she's an American. I don't know her. She's anti-Muslim, anti-black, anti-everything, conspiracy theorist, horrible, despicable human being who obviously doesn't have a mirror anywhere. Nowhere is there a mirror in this lady's house. Maybe she doesn't cast a reflection. Maybe that's why to talk about somebody's appearances, ma'am, seriously. But Stephanie, clap back. Shout out to her, because when they go low, we bury them. That's not what Michelle Obama said. When they go low, send them to hell. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So Stephanie Grisham said, hi, Laura Loomer. I've actually hit menopause, which sucks a ton. And yes, it's a weight struggle. Raising my hand. Definitely not rich either. I run a nonprofit animal sanctuary and could barely afford the blazer I wore tonight. But I told the truth and plan to keep doing so. Republicans for Harris. Tanika, I think the lady, please call back, because I was going to come to you because I want to give you some advice for your husband, I think. So call back, 866-801-8255. I saw you. I was coming to you next. But yeah, this is the climate, and folk are scrambling because, again, this is not politics. This woman got up there, Stephanie Grisham, and said, I could not live with myself, basically. I have to tell the truth because it's despicable to live in a country and watch, and she knows all of the insides, calling them basement dwellers, calling the Trump supporters basement, his own supporters, mad because people are dying of COVID and the cameras are on the people in the hospital and not on him. That it tracks. And asking Melania just to tweet something and to calm and she said, no, I'm not surprised by any of this. What I'm surprised by are the number of people who are still on the fence. So I'm going to put out the number. If you were still, I don't know, both sides, the same bird, two wings. If I can't vote for genocide. No, I can't. As if there's a 99-year-old Nazi secretary going to jail. The story is wild, actually. Auschwitz. She was a what it wasn't Auschwitz. A German court yesterday rejected the appeal of a 99-year-old woman who was convicted of being an accessory to more than 10,000 murders. She was a secretary to the SS commander of the Nazi Stutthof concentration camp during World War II. Federal judge upheld the conviction of Irmgard let me give her name correctly, Furchner, who was given a 2-year suspended sentence back in December of 2022 by the state in northern Germany. She was accused of being part of the apparatus that helped the camp near Danzig, now a Polish city. She was convicted of being an accessory to murder in 10,505 cases and an accessory to attempted murder in 5 cases. The court heard all the things, said, you're guilty. I don't care. You can be 199. You're going to jail because wrong is wrong, right is right, and justice should be served. If the Germans have the capacity to wait, and this is not the first, second, or third time, there are 3 more cases. These people are 100 years old. They are going to jail. And I'm here for it. Right is right. I don't understand how anybody today, because again, my exuberance and excitement is over what I'm seeing in as joy and humanity being restored, at some level of civility, some level of we actually are neighbors, some level of we are all Americans being restored. And why did we allow it to get to a point? Because 70-something million people showed up to vote for a bigot, a divisive, evil, mean-spirited bigot. And there's some of the voters look like me and you. Some of them are listening right now, still arms folded, talking about how we're on the plantation and we're brainwashed. No, it's just the opposite. You're in a cult. And I don't know if you're black, how that works, but I do know that Jim Jones had a whole lot of black people in Guyana drinking Kool-Aid. And I don't know how that happened, but some of you have family members. I've interviewed people. It happens. Some of y'all are in churches that are cults that have no good intent in your life at all. And you tithe and you sit there on Sundays while some people are getting very, very rich and they don't care about you at all. I'm not making the parallel because there is a parallel there. Because and I'm talking about black people who sit in churches with people who probably are bigots. I'm not naming names. But when you show up for help, the doors don't open. The church doors don't open. That's a clear sign. Okay. Are you really doing Christ's work? Give me you're hungry, you're tired, you're poor, you're huddled masses. Where are the Beatitudes and all of the wonderful scriptures on the poor, the hungry, and the widows and the orphans and all of that? Well, you're now in this weird gray area. But it's not gray. It's black and white. This is black and white. It's you. So I even tweeted because I was being cheeky last night. And I'm cheeky most nights. I just tend to keep cheekiness in my cheeks, But I was wondering, like, who wants a world like? I said, why would anyone want to live in America powered by unseasoned food, raisins in the potato salad, Kid Rock, broke down Hercules, Angelina's funky face pappy, humorless, no rhythm having, non-reading bigots? I'm asking for a friend. I want to know, what kind of world do you want to live in and what do you expect? Or are you just an agent of chaos because your life is in such turmoil that as long as it's chaotic, I don't have to look at myself and sit with myself and actually be something and do something. I want the possibility for all people to be able to do something and be something. There's a lot of folk just there boo-birding, yelling into the void. But what about, and what about, and what about? But at this point, with 70-something days left to November, if you're still complaining about something, it's because you're either too lazy to research, you're already made up in your mind that there's something viscerally wrong with her, which means there's something viscerally wrong with you because you don't know this lady. And if it's she's not black, you've been voting for white people your whole life. You had 2 chances in your whole life. Well, I had 3. because I got to vote in the primary for Jesse Jackson when I was in college, and then Obama twice. But most of us have voted for white people. It's not a thing. So if you don't think she's black, what does that have to do with whether or not you're going to get health care, whether or not your Social Security, if your mom is going to get Social Security, your grandmama, what does it matter? You know, they're going after price gouging. I just saw a piece with Keith Ellison in Minnesota where Walz is the governor. They're going after the meat companies for gouging prices, while you have the narrative that it's the government and Biden is the reason why the price. No, it's not the reason. It's these greedy-ass corporations. Now, let's have a discussion. But more importantly, as El Joy said yesterday, she's going to be on again today, she said, let's get her elected and let's go. Let's hold her feet to the fire. Let's protest her after we get her in. But if you believe that electing Donald Trump will give you any more rights, I dare you to protest under a Trump administration a second time with full immunity from the Supreme Court. I dare you. I dare you. So I really want to know what's at the crux of you not voting, or you considering a third party. Are you considering writing in your name? Or are you considering, like what's really there? Oh, my integrity. Really? Because true integrity, you show up, even you do the right thing, even if you don't like it. You eat your vegetables, even if I don't like Brussels sprouts. Well, eat them. They're nourishing. If Stephanie Grisham and Adam Kinzinger and Anna Navarro can host, if people can show up to do what's right, because they know, Stephanie Grisham knows more than anybody the existential threat that Donald Trump is to our country. She was there daily. What are you doing? Please call. I invite you today. I may invite you out afterwards, but I'm inviting you in today. 866-801-8255. And if you're that courageous to cast a vote, then say it with your full chest and have receipts and walk us through it.
My days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you, you give me something to believe in, just what I needed. You're the closest.